So I want to recommend something different in this video. What I want to recommend is animated movies, and not animated movies like Finding Nemo and so on, or your Disney movies. What I want to recommend is DC animated movies. Yes, superhero movies. And अभी तुम लोग बोलोगे कि यार ये क्या यार, ये लोगों को 21 ईयर ओल्ड लोगों को रिकमेंड कर रहा है DC एनिमेटेड मूवी. बट भाई लोग, नाउ पीपल आर वॉचिंग एनिमे. और एनिमे लोग क्यों देखते हैं? स्टोरी टेलिंग के लिए और उन लोग के एनिमेशन स्किल. बट मोर देन एनिमेशन, उन लोग के उनका स्टोरी टेलिंग इतना अच्छा है, एंड दैट्स द रीज़न वी वॉच एनिमे. जो DC animated movies that I'm going to suggest in this video is, one is The Death of Superman and the second is The Reign of Superman. So why I'm suggesting these two animated movies? Because normally जो DC movies हम देख रहे हैं right now, यार वो उतने अच्छे हैं नहीं. Honestly speaking, we seen Justice League, then we seen Man of Steel. All of the DC movies are just not good enough like the Marvel counterparts. Why is Marvel doing so good is, even though they are fun to watch and it is a cinematic experience, it's an amazingly cinematic experience, but because we love their characters, and more than that we love the storytelling what is happening there. I know it's not that good of storytelling, but there is a story at least there, and they understand their characters really well and they respect their characters. That is why Marvel is doing so much more better than DC. But on the other hand, if you see DC animated movies, oh my god, that's where they are actually doing good. Both these movies have respected their characters and the storyline. And it's so interesting. मैं ऐसे just time pass के लिए देख रहा था, honestly speaking, and I realized कि damn, this is so good. Starting with The Death of Superman. And what they have done right in this movie is basically it's the whole, you can see the plot later, but what I'm going to explain is what I like from the movie. There's this part where Wonder Woman and Superman are training. Okay, and Superman, Diana, basically, who's Wonder Woman, she wants to be called Diana more than Wonder Woman, because that's what she just wants, because they want to show her for women empowerment, and that all. Basically, her character is created just for that. And Diana calls Superman Clark. So Superman is like, don't call me by my real name when we are in public. So she's like, oh, so you want to be called Superman? And he's like, yes. So she's like, your ego is also super strong. So he's like, nothing like that. So she's like, why you wouldn't be? Because if you were called Wonder Man, that would people would think that we are married. So he's like, not because of that, but because she gave me that name. In the sense that Lois Lane, the love of Superman's life, gave him the title Superman. So for him, it doesn't matter if the world doesn't call him Superman. He is Superman because the girl that he loves the most calls him Superman, and that's a title that she gave it to him. Means he has to live by that title, because now that is what she gave him, and he is at peace with that title, and that's why he wants to be called Superman. And that's just beautiful. And in the second part of the movie, that is The Reign of Superman, that is just a continuation, you can say, of the Death of Superman. And in that, there's this quote that everyone deserves justice, even the worst of us.
Lex Luthor is not a criminal. The rule of law is a rule you never break. And real justice is everyone's right, even the worst among us.
Like, can you imagine? I'll see if I can add that quote right here in this video. But how deep is that line? And that's what it is. One of the things that I keep talking about when in my debates or whatever, in my conversations, is how there were false allegations done for men regarding the Me Too movement or rape cases or whatever, and their lives are completely ruined, and I cannot take an innocent life being destroyed that way. And even one allegation, just an allegation, can ruin a man's life. And just think about that, yaar. And there are a lot of YouTubers who have spoken about this, and the reason why I don't speak about this in detail is because I want to keep learning. I want to learn more and more, and then I want to make a very articulate discussion about this. Because the greats like Jordan Peterson, when they talk, people just want to get them down. We are living in a society where when you use your freedom of speech, or you use all of your skills and your brain to be to just, how do I say this, to bring your thoughts forward. People can't take that. People can't take your thoughts if they just differ. Or most probably it's not even about thoughts, it's about truth. We all should seek the truth, and people can't take the truth anymore. The truth hurts them, and that's really really sad. So that line what was just used in the movie, ki all of us deserve justice, even the worst among us, was just too good, honestly speaking. I'm sorry if I related it to a very serious topic. I will hopefully I make a video that is in depth about this. So do watch these two DC animated movies, and it's really nice. When it comes to the plot, so the plot of Death of Superman is Doomsday, a monstrous humanoid, emerges from a meteoroid and runs wild in the city. However, Superman, along with the Justice League, decides to put down the monster for good. So basically, this is the plot of the Death of Superman, and then we have the reign of Superman. As the world mourns the death of the Man of Steel, new heroes emerge, each claiming to be the true Superman reborn. But when a deadly threat uses Superman's absence to target Earth, their powers are put to the ultimate test. So this is basically the plot. But I told you what I really liked from these Disney animated movies, and what I liked is their screenwriting, then how they have actually respected their characters and shown us their characters in the best way possible. So yeah, I would really suggest these two movies.
Now, a series that I would like to go ahead and recommend is The Haunting of Bly Manor. The Haunting is basically an anthology series in the sense its first part, The Haunting of Hill House, and the second part, The Haunting of Bly Manor, will nowhere be connected story wise. It will have the same cast, it might have the same director, but it will not have a story link whatsoever between both the parts. So yes, we can expect a few of the nuances that we seen in the first part, but that's it. Why I'm recommending this series is that normally what do we expect from a horror movie or from a horror series? We expect the jump scares, we accept the horror music, the fast paced music, and we expect all these CGI ghosts or scary ghosts, and we expect a little of suspense. That's what we have learned to expect from horror movies and horror series. But honestly, any movie has to be so much more than that, and especially horror movies can also be so much more than that. And that is what I have realized in The Haunting of Bly Manor. Now, on what they have done is, there is this quote in one of the last episodes of The Haunting of Bly Manor, is that you said something wrong. You started the story by saying that this is a ghost story, but this ain't really a ghost story. This is a love story. And yes, indeed, this is actually a love story. But what's beautiful is that The Haunting of Bly Manor focuses on storytelling more than jump scares and suspense. Yes, it has this built-in mystery from the first episode to the last episode, and it will slowly leave layers. So if there are 10 different layers, one layer will be peeled off, second layer will be peeled off. As per the episodes progress, these layers will be peeled off, and then you will get your answer in the final episode. Now, why it's a treat for viewers is that a viewer who has spent so much time watching the series, because it's a bit slow paced than normal series, what it does is it lets you connect with the characters on deeper level, in the sense that you might connect with each and every character. The story goes like Opera has been hired by a man to take care of his niece and nephew, and she has to go to Bly Manor to take care of them. But once she reaches Bly Manor, she realizes that there's more to this house than what it looks from the outside. It looks beautiful, it has amazing gardens, it has a lake, but there are ghosts, there is something paranormal going here. In short, that's the story.